just like Fortnite, just like...
Nein, er hat nicht gerade Fortnite gesagt. Bitte, bitte, du hast... Nein, 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 nein. Lizard Doggo mit Weapons? Excuse me? Cooking Feature! Digga. Farmers Delight und Satisfactory bin ich ja dabei. Was? Also der hat uns jetzt gerade verarscht. Die letzten 3 Minuten 41. Moin ihr Lieben und herzlich willkommen zu einem sehr seltenen Spektakel auf diesem Kanal. Ich meine eigentlich nicht, dass ich hier als Waschbär sitze. Das ist eigentlich recht common. Guckt meine Streams, dann wisst ihr warum. Und zwar, das Besondere ist, wir machen eine Reaction. Wer hätte es gedacht? Denn mir wurde zugetragen, dass Coffee Stain Studios so die 1.0 angekündigt hat. Wir sehen es hier oben, so ein bisschen am Videotitel. Und ich bin sehr, sehr excited, was die uns jetzt so erzählen.
We've never released a roadmap for Satisfactory, and there's a couple of reasons for that. We wanted to be able to react to community feedback, we wanted to be able to alter the direction of development and be able to change our backlog, and we didn't want to commit to any unrealistic timelines.
Finde ich gut. Finde ich einen guten Ansatz. Also jetzt gerade an die vielleicht kein Englisch sprechen, sie wollten eigentlich nie eine Roadmap rausbringen, weil sie dann, ich sag mal, flexibler sind. Ich finde es auch eine gute Sache, weil meiner Meinung nach ein Game sollte fertig sein, bevor es rauskommt und sich nicht irgendwie an irgendwelchen Deadlines aufhängen. Das finde ich immer sehr schade, wenn es dann irgendwie am Zeitlichen scheitert.
Today we're going to talk about every single update that we plan to release for Satisfactory before 1.0.
Spannend. Bin gespannt.
So yeah, you heard that right. Every single update coming to Satisfactory before 1.0. It's kind of wild, actually. I hope you're sitting down, because we're about to share an unbelievable amount of information with you today. We've come a long way since our first launch, and it's time to look into the future. So let's look at the timeline and introduce you to the Satisfactory Cinematic Universe, Phase 2.
Oha! Oha! Voller Überblick. Okay, warte. Conveyor Lifts war Update 1. Trains and Nuclear Update 2. Okay, dann kam Update 3 im März 2020. Update 4 April 2021. November Update 5 in 2021. Update 6 September 2022. Und dann kam irgendwann Update 7 wahrscheinlich jetzt noch. Ja, ich wollte gerade sagen, 6. Dezember, weil Update 7 habe ich selber angefangen im Januar 2023. Okay, es kommen 3 Updates scheinbar.
Wow, look at them updates. Now you may notice that there are 3 slots planned in for this timeline. That's right, 3. There's still much work to be done. So let's go through them one by one and talk about them. Update 9 is planned to be released this year, titled Update 9 Experimental War. Pending title.
Experimental War.
This update, we're going to add more of a serious tone to the game and let you really go to war on the efficiency of your factories. We're going to add guns to everything.
Das dachte ich schon. Herzlich willkommen, Satisfactory Spiele ist in Amerika, Kappa.
I mean everything. Like vehicles, factory buildings, lizard doggos. It's gonna be awesome.
Lizard Doggo mit Weapons? Excuse me?
Later that year, we're gonna rebrand our updates a little bit and release Update X. This is really when the end game begins. So in this update, all the vehicles are gonna become way faster, like really fast. We're also gonna be adding a little bit of a dating feature where you're gonna be able to go and romance different creatures in the game. And then in 2020.
Wait. Habe ich das richtig verstanden?
X. This is really when the end game begins. So in this update, all the vehicles are gonna become way faster, like really fast.
Das ist schon mal cool, aber
we're also gonna be adding a little bit of a dating feature.
Dating Feature im Sinne von sammel dir Tiere und züchte sie?
Where you're gonna be able to go and romance different creatures in the game.
Romance different creatures in the game. Das klingt echt nach Züchten. Cool.
And then in 2025, we're gonna release Update 11. And in this update, everything will be...
Oha, das sind voll so... Oh Gott, was war noch die Zeit, wo es immer so Schriftarten so mit Lila oder so gab? War das, was weiß ich, 70er, 80er Jahre oder was? Style hier gerade? Oh Gott, wie hasht das noch? Oh, Chat, hilf mir auf die Sprünge. Wie hasht denn das noch? Nee, Arcade. Ich meine Arcade. Entschuldigung, Hupsala. Ja, es sieht ein bisschen arkadig aus, ne?
made out of lasers. You're gonna be able to automate laser beams to be able to construct more laser beams, and there's also gonna be a cool cooking feature.
Cooking Feature! Digga, Farmer's Delight und Satisfactory, bin ich ja dabei.
And laser beams. Did I mention the laser beams, by the way? They're pretty laser. And in all of these updates, we're never gonna leave early access. We're gonna keep doing this forever. And then update 12, and update 13, and update 14, and 15,
Ja, calm down.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We're gonna make updates till we die. Oh boy, did I mention the laser beams, by the way? They're pretty cool in-game events, just like Fortnite, just like.
Nein, er hat nicht gerade Fortnite gesagt. Bitte, bitte, du hast. Nein, 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 nein.
Fortnite. Not only that, if you play these updates while they're in incremental, you can make almost you can jump on Isaiah the actual go. Damage you cause, they're more on fact. This is never gonna end.
Okay. Das ist jetzt aber keine Internetstörung von mir, oder? I hope so.
Today we're going to talk about the next major release for Satisfactory. And the next major release of Satisfactory is going to be
1.0! Hypers!
Alright, so yeah, no. There's not going to be any more updates to the game in early access. This is the year where we finally finish Satisfactory.
Was? Also der hat uns jetzt gerade verarscht. Die letzten 3 Minuten 41. Ich hasse alles. Als ob jetzt wirklich das nächste Update die 1.0 ist. Ich habe mich so auf Kochen und Laser gefreut. Und auf Lizard Doggos mit Machine Guns. Hat er gerade Wait a second, Digga. Hat er gerade gedappt?
This is the year where we finally finish Satisfactory. We don't have a date to reveal just yet, but why did I do that? So we don't have a date to reveal just yet, but we do know that 2024 is going to be the year.
Geil! 1.0, Alter. 1.0. Sehr, sehr cool. Das heißt aber für mich, ich muss endlich mal mit meiner Update 7 Welt fertigen. Oh Gott, das ist ja Zeitdruck.
So was the title of this video misleading? So actually we are going to talk about the roadmap leading up to the full release of the game. The first thing I want to talk about is that there are going to be next to no patches for the game until the full release, and I'll tell you why. So back in 2022, when we released Update 5, we sort of divided our focus into 2 development tracks. One track was dedicated to the content that would go into each subsequent update, and the other was content exclusively aimed for the 1.0 release. So our attention at the studio has sort of been divided between handling update launches with everything that comes with that, and at the same time working on new content that we didn't want to reveal until the full release of the game.
Oha, das heißt, die haben jahrelang jetzt schon was in der Hinterhand, was jetzt mit der 1.0 kommt. Oh mein Gott, das muss ja dann der komplette Klopper sein, oder?
As of late last year, we decided to finally unify our team and work on one thing at a time, which is the full release of the game and leaving early access. Since then, we've merged our development branches into one single development branch, and that means that it's no longer possible for us to release any major patches in between then. The good thing by doing so is development is going to be less complex for us. The downside of that is that any lingering issues from Update 8 that we wanted to patch won't come out until 1.0, which is a bit of a bummer because there were a few things we wanted to wrap up before moving on, but we believe that it's better to put all our efforts into the final version of the game going forward.
Finde ich auch eine gute Idee. Also ich glaube, mittlerweile ist Satis wirklich an einem Punkt, ich glaube wirklich, es wird Zeit für die 1.0. Ich glaube, das ist eine gute Entscheidung gewesen.
You're gonna get everything in one big package, and this includes any work that goes towards dedicated servers. So what's the plan?
Nice! 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 Arbeit an dedicated servers. Gute Sache, gute Sache. Ich bin interested.
What does the actual roadmap look like? So until now, Satisfactory has been in alpha, meaning the game hasn't been feature complete. So the last few months, our focus has been working towards Satisfactory becoming feature complete. And that's something that we're still working towards. And once the game is feature complete, then we enter the beta stage in production. When a game is in beta, it essentially means that the game contains all the features and content needed for it to be, considered finished. And all that's left before it enters gold, another word for it being ready for 1.0 release, is to fix any major issues that are lingering and polish it as much as possible. So we won't run an experimental branch for the 1.0 content before release, but what we will do is hold a closed beta for people to try the game and just give us that last bit of feedback before we spend the remaining time polishing the game for its final release. Anyone is welcome to sign up for the closed beta, but it will be a limited number of people that will gain access to it. Signups are available on our webpage right now, actually, and you can find a link to the sign-up form in the description.
Habt ihr Bock? Ich stelle jetzt einfach mal, ich mache diese Reaction übrigens gerade live im Stream. Ich hätte Bock. Aber hier im Chat wird gerade schon geschrieben, nicht für Content Creator. Sagt er das gleich noch? Okay, vielleicht hören wir das gleich noch.
So what does 1.0 mean? What does a full release of the game entail?
Gut, okay, stimmt. Ich habe eben auch auf dem Channel schon gesehen, dass es noch ein Video zu ClosedBeta gab. Vielleicht gucken wir uns das gleich danach noch hinterher an.
What is Satisfactory 1.0? Now, I won't go too into detail about that in this video. In fact, there's going to be a series of videos talking about 1.0, but the main thing it will contain is new, yet-to-be-seen content, fixes to some of the long-lasting issues we've had in the game.
Bugfixes TM finde ich auch, finde ich sehr schön ausgedrückt.
And a way to complete the game along with a narrative.
Nice.
Development for Satisfactory will continue after 1.0 has been released, but we currently don't know, whether that comes in the form of DLC or, further free updates to the game. It's sort of up in the air still and yet to be decided. As I mentioned before, we'll talk more on the topic of 1.0 in the next coming videos. I'm sure you have many questions, and hopefully some of those questions will be cleared up in the coming weeks. I hope you're as excited as we are for the final release of the game. We've been working on this game since.
Aber ich hab jetzt immer noch die Frage, kriegen wir Laser und Waffen und Kochen, oder?
2016. We've come a long way since then.
Ist etwas hyped.
Yeah. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting us so far. We wouldn't be where we are if it weren't for you all. I'm really looking forward to talking more about this topic in the coming videos. We won't reveal everything that's coming in 1.0 before the final release, but we're gonna talk about this stuff. We might even show some new things that you guys haven't seen. Who knows? So, but yeah. Until then, take care.
Cool. Also ich bin gespannt. Ich bin sehr, sehr gespannt. Ich bin vor allen Dingen gespannt, wann jetzt das Ganze kommt, weil es war ja wirklich so ein To Be Announced. Also sagen wir mal so, anhand der vergangenen Updates hat man ja so ein bisschen gesehen, dass es immer so Richtung Frühjahr war. Also, gut, das zu sagen ist jetzt auch ein bisschen dumm, weil es gab auch Updates im Dezember, lol, oder September. Aber ich weiß nicht, wenn sie jetzt halt schon anfangen mit den Videos, vielleicht haben wir irgendwie im Mai, Juni, vielleicht haben wir da Glück. Eventuell aber auch erst gegen Ende des Jahres dann im Herbst. Aber auf jeden Fall, vielen Dank fürs Zusehen. Das waren die Infos zu 1.0. Ich bin sehr, sehr gespannt. Ihr werdet sehr viel dazu natürlich hier auf diesem Channel sehen, sowohl live auf Twitch, Grüße an den Chat an der Stelle, als auch hier auf YouTube. Wie gesagt, danke fürs Zusehen und bis zum nächsten Video. Tschüss.